What is up on this wonderful satanic Saturday? That's right, the blasphemy is back for another edition, and we have one hell of a goddamn list for you guys tonight. Thank you all for picking us for your Saturday night fun. Definitely appreciate that shit. I want you to share it out anywhere and everywhere. And let's see if we can abolish the term pseudo-Satanists. I've been seeing it everywhere lately, and I find it to be rather stupid. Just wanted to put that out there as I was looking through stuff.
We need to talk about.
What's that?
This sounds like a topic we need to discuss.
Oh, yeah. I was going to throw it up in there. But, man, we got some rants for you. But before we get into all the fun, let's check in over with our brother over at Poison Valley Clothing. Check it out. Allahu Akbar. Oh, and that's right. It's over. I love that song. Haven't done that commercial in a minute. And as always, David is coming up with some super amazing designs. Get on over there and check him out on Facebook. All right. So before we get in, well, I don't know. Before we get into tonight's goddamn list. So one thing that I had mentioned prior to commercial, and it was really kind of interesting because I put a post up today, which was me in all my finest, Reaper attire, and kneeling at the foot of a bass drum, and had my paint on and stuff, and I put a Latin phrase up there. And I thought it was a really good post, and so did everybody else for the most part. Although some fucking troll comes on there and goes, it's almost anti-Semitic. And I'm like, okay.
What?
And then, obviously this is a fucking troll just trying to think they know everything. And I'm like, First of all, I don't even think they know where Satanism has actually started, and I don't think they understand the difference between devil worship and Satanism. So there was nothing in there that didn't fucking just bleed Anton LaVey. So it's like, I don't know where they would have got that, or maybe this person thinks that LaVey and Satanism is an atrocity towards what they think is real Satanism. I don't even fucking know. The person was lame as fuck. And of course, block, delete, all that good stuff. I'm just like, I'm not even going to waste my fucking curse words on you. You're fucking stupid. So, but this isn't the only place I've seen the term pseudo-Satanism. Have you come across any of this there, Hoof Beast?
Not like, I don't really see people like attacking so much. Like I don't get attacked or anything.
Not necessarily attack, but just
Just
on other posts even.
yeah, I don't really not I don't see it that much, but I just like encounter it just with people saying stupid shit. Stay and like usually religious people. Like
Mm-hmm.
like every now and then I'll hear it in the store and I'll say, "Oh, so tell me what you know about the Satanic Bible, and do you know who wrote it and anything like that?" And usually they can't even say that. They usually refer to like black metal or death metal and the stories they heard from the 80s where there's sacrifice and bloodletting and blood shedding and just stupidity that does not even exist. They have no fucking clue.
I mean, let's face it. The first real thing of what was considered Satanism and was popularized was the Hellfire clubs over in Europe, where all these rich people who thought that they knew what was up and that all their riches were, because of this Christian devil, if you will. And they owed all of their wealth and success to them, but also used it for their orgiastic fun time. But so, I mean, anyone can look back on that and go, that was just a bunch of bullshit. What's up, Kyler? Good to see you, my brother. We're doing well. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, so what the fuck does anyone think a pseudo Satanist is? Obviously, I traced the person's page, and it was a fake profile. Most trolls don't have the balls to
Yep.
actually use their own identity.
Yep.
And I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, this isn't the first time I've seen that term, not on my stuff, but this was the first time it actually ended up on my stuff. So I don't know. I was just kind of like, grr.
Like
When someone is so misinformed, that I mean, first, when has the term anti-Semitic ever had to do with Satanism?
it's we will blaspheme all make believe.
You know, it's beyond me. This person's comment.
Like
What a
pseudo
fucking coward.
they're referring to that this is kind of pretend Satanism or whatever. They just don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Nope, sure don't.
Pseudo is a demeaning. It's a way to demean the term. So pseudo, or to kill the messenger, to try to make you sound inauthentic.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking funny to me because I am completely as authentic as I can be, I guess. It's like, come on, people. Just they had me at anti-Semitic, so I'm just like, okay, so obviously you're just someone who knows a bunch of big words, probably hurt their head a little bit, and tried to, say that pseudo Satanists aren't. The point that I kind of got from it is that this person felt that pseudo Satanists don't know what real Satanism is. So it could have been from on any side of the fence. This person could, believe in a lot of the awful bullshit that's out there and thinking that that's the right way.
Mm-hmm.
But, let's face it, LaVey codified it and made it a real thing. And it's not what people think it is. But, pretty funny shit. Apparently, Kyler has had something happen here. He said, I had a lady at Walmart say, "Oh, Lord, save me from the devil. People, or save me from the devil people." I'm like, this bitch think anyone is listening to her. She was high. Oh, yes. Save me from the Satanists that don't harm anyone or do anything to bother anyone's fucking day. It's all the crazy people. So to crazy trolls out there, stop throwing terms around that you don't have any understanding of.
Reaper, I think you're Satan-splaining right now. A little bit. Like, I wish we could have Magister Bill on here again. I love listening to him talk.
Oh, trust me. After I saw that comment, I already messaged him about it. I'm just waiting to hear back from him because he'll have a lot to say.
Oh, I'd love to have.
Much like myself, I just get pissed off. He attacks with words, and I don't know. Sometimes I think that's scarier than me beating somebody to a senseless pulp.
Maybe we could do an episode on here where we're just Satan-splaining, and just from like, here's the Satanic Panic version of it. Here's what black metal does for it, and here's what actual LaVeyan Satanism is. That would be interesting.
That, and people really don't do their history very well either, I don't think. So
Self-fulfilling prophecy a lot of the time.
mm-hmm.
I'm doing my research. Shit like that. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to a source that you already know what the outcome's going to be. You're not seeking objective information.
Nope. And just because you can read a book doesn't mean that book is fact.
Right.
That's another thing. Like I said, you can go on Amazon and find any number of quote unquote satanic rituals that have been written in the last 10 years or so. And I've read some of them and I'm like, what fucking Kool-Aid have you been drinking? It's like, where did you get this from? No cited references, nothing.
What crayons have you been eating? And what lead paint chips have you mixed into hot cocoa?
Right. It's like the spaghetti monster ism. Oh, shit. So that brings us to this week's goddamn list. Yeah. And this actually leads into one of our favorite topics of blasphemy. Oh, Kyler says we need some good satanic memes. Oh, we have them. Believe me.
Oh, yeah.
I usually share them all the time on my pages. And then at the same token, before we get to the first topic, I wanted to wish Hoofbeast here and all the veterans out there for their service, to this country and everything that they have done to protect freedoms and aid humanity as best they can.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I was today because most people that follow Human the Hoofbeast have no idea that I was a brain. If you're on here, every week or two I'll say something about it. But it's big part of life. What a life-changing experience in many ways. Going through those schools, Ranger School, Ranger Indoctrination Program, even just basic training, it freaking changes you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, Kyler. But like I remember when I got to the Rangers, you had to write a statement. Why are you here? And I wrote something like, fuck college. I'm a patriot. I'm here to protect our country if called upon. And that was me 100%. I didn't give a crap. And then I and they wouldn't give me a bonus for reenlistment. And so they said, oh, well, you can go to college for 6 months. And I wasn't really thinking about it so much. But my wife was about to start college. So I said, okay, well, let's just take the same core curriculum classes. And that's what we did. And I freaking loved it. And then continued on from there.
Nice.
Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's see real quick here. Oh, Kyler says his dad was a Marine for 20 years.
Wow. Yeah. All the way to retirement. Big deal.
Absolutely. So yeah, to everybody out there in Black Flame Land, if you were a service person at some point in time, we thank you. All
Yeah.
right. So I came across this little ditty. There's nothing more blasphemous than fucking putting this fucking pope. And it's not just him, it's every fucking pope there ever was. You wouldn't see things like this because times were still very much under their boot, if you will. So this made headlines. Pope forcibly removes a leading, mind you, leading U.S. conservative Texas Bishop Strickland. It says here that Pope Francis on Saturday forcibly removed the Bishop of Tyler, Texas, a firebrand conservative active on social media. Oops. Oh, man, the clergy is on motherfucking social media. You got to love it. Who has been a fierce critic of the pontiff. Oh, imagine that. Because we're still stuck in archaic times, as far as we know. And has come to symbolize the polarization within the U.S. Catholic hierarchy. So we basically have, I guess, in their crazy little world, a rock star who was a rebel against all the old men mitigating out all of what you're supposed to be doing. So Strickland was 65. He was emerged as a leading critic of Francis, accusing him in a tweet earlier this year of undermining the deposit of faith. He has been particularly critical of Francis's recent meeting on the future of the Catholic Church. Who gives a fuck? I don't care if their future falls into the dismal void. Anyway,
It's falling.
You're right. During which hot button issues were discussed, including ways to better welcome LGBTQ Catholics.
Sounds like a desperate church.
Well, it's one of those things. First of all, I think it's kind of rude that they're only just now starting to figure out ways to welcome them. I mean, this is something that has been in existence since, the dawn of time. Just, maybe a little bit more, obviously more recognized in today's world. But the fact that they were able to stave this off for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years, it's like it never should have been that way. So, what I'm taking away from this is that actually it seems like the bishop is against. Maybe did I misread that?
Yeah. So the bishop is against LGBTQ.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah. So in this case,
I'll bet you if we delved into the things that he's probably an ultra mega conservative is criticizing, I'll bet you'd curl your toes.
Absolutely. And I think they're both bad. I mean, obviously, this day and age, you should not be, especially in a faith that no one really gives any value to. They should want people to be, more interested in what they're all about. So trying to keep out, alternative lifestyle people just makes it that much worse.
Yeah. I'm so glad we have separation of church and state in this country, but there are a lot of far right conservatives. And this is one of the things I always want to talk about with a lot of the things that are going on in politics. We have an extreme minority group They think they're the majority. They try to act. They have a lot of bluff, a lot of hot air that they push forward, as if they are the majority consensus of Americans. And look what just happened twice in Ohio over the last 3 months. One was August 7th. Ohio tried to have a law that would not even, let's see, they tried to change the threshold in order to amend or to bring something up to be voted upon to I think it was a 60% threshold in order to have a majority. I'm sorry, a majority is fucking 50% or more.
Mm-hmm.
For 50%. And they tried to do that. They got shot down big time. And so then they had it on the ballot to codify the right for women to choose their own doctor and to do what they want with their bodies. And
Right.
they got their asses handed to them. And that's a red state now. Ohio is a red, as you know better than I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was definitely awesome. That
I'm so tired of these minority groups trying to force themselves upon us. And what's really behind a lot of this shit is their make-believe religion. Let's take the veil away, push away the fog, blow it out of here, and let's call it what it is. It's a minority group trying to force themselves and their beliefs upon the majority. And that is unconstitutional. And
it
always
is.
try to talk like they know the Constitution. And like, really, what is it? Like, I know the definition of when a minority tries to force themselves upon others, and that is fascism. And that's what we have. It is theocratic fascism, and they can take this straight up their asses sideways.
Yes, and that goes triple and quadruple for me. It's like I've said it for years, and people always thought I was insane. There is a small group of wealthy Christian people who are basically a secret government influencer.
The family. I think they're called the family, and they really exist.
They really do.
They absolutely no conspiracy. They absolutely exist.
Yes, most def. I mean, if you haven't figured that part out yet, dig a little deeper because things like this is happening in Florida, and not just Florida, but hold on a second. My computer is being stupid. Hold on, as always, my stupid laptop. Damn it. I know it's here somewhere.
While you're finding that, another thing that these shit keep on bringing up is they keep on acting as if to have the right to abortion, like people really want to get rid of a perfectly healthy baby at 9 months. I'm sorry, that just doesn't exist. Like that does not happen.
Right.
Happen. And they try to explain it and manipulate people to defame those who just want to have women to have the right to choose. And I feel so uncomfortable when I have a man that comes up to me and he's so adamant and gets emotional and angry on abortion, and he really wants to control women. Like, this is his soapbox. This is how he makes himself feel good about himself, because he's probably an ethical piece of shit in so many other ways.
Oh, big time. And I don't know how the slide got past me, but there is currently the big hot button issue of, oh, you guessed it, book banning. And
Florida.
that is something that's kind of running rampant right now. And oh no, kids learning things. Oh, that can't happen. We want them to learn what we want them to learn. It's like, You're trying to bring the 80s back, and it's not gonna fucking work.
Jimmy
Stop
Kimmel.
it.
Jimmy Kimmel did a great skit this week. It was hilarious. He brought one of the most famous drag queens from our country, and he had them read one of Florida's banned books to children. And kids weren't coached, I think, very much at all. And they were just like, and the kids had mics on them, so they were able to say stuff while this drag queen was reading to them. It was really, really funny.
Nice. I mean, it, and these books are, I mean, obviously age appropriate is one thing. You know, you're not going to hand something that a book to elementary kids that they're not going to understand.
Right.
Nobody does that as far as I knew, but some of the books they're trying to ban don't make sense.
Yeah.
So I think I'll definitely delve in a little deeper on that. But, you know, these are things that families and kids today deal with on a day-to-day basis. So, and some of the reasons for banning some of these books are just unwarranted. So again, this little fucking secret government has money and influence and getting this shit passed, just like the fucking stupid laws in Nashville. Here in Nebraska, Omaha tried to change a lot of things too, making it hard for that community and the community abroad, just out and out control. And it was like, I think it all started with the fact that they were single-handedly able to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Yep. Yep. And you know,
Who else could do that?
It's very questionable how they did that, because a few things had to happen for that to happen, and there was some underhanded bullshit, unforgivable bullshit that happened when Obama still had over 10 months left, and they decided they weren't going to do it. Then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a fucking idiot and should have retired years ago, and then they lost that one to her. And then these fucking hypocrites, this was in October, I think it was October 2nd or 3rd when she passed away. And just over a month right before the election, they had another ultra conservative and a theocratic fascist, mind you, that they had in there. Just bullshit.
Absolutely.
Both of those should not have happened.
So don't take it from a couple of Satanists, but see it for what it is, people. It is just by far the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I just don't understand how they can look themselves in the mirror and go, I did a good thing. It's like, no, you're living in a time capsule. And it may have worked then, but you're not going to brainwash the masses into going for this. It's just not going to happen.
Now
So again,
they're coming out, hell yeah. And they're coming out and they're voting a lot more because of this theocratic extremism by a minority. It's a minority group of people who are trying to force themselves upon us.
And I'm sorry, you can keep your zombie Jesus. We don't need you. Sorry. We don't want you. All right.
Oh, that was a good blasphemous rant, though.
Most deaf. I told you it was going to be a doozy. I don't know. Anytime I see anything involving any of that shit, it's like I just have to shred it. I have to shred it, and that's the end of it. Because it's something that we've been fighting. Most of us have been fighting our whole lives. Is like not falling for the Kool-Aid, and that this is a faith built on love. It's a faith built on control and power. It's all it is. And honestly, the fucking diocese is no different.
And something that's in here that I love that I got from this when I read this and I was talking to you is we don't just mamby-pamby about something when somebody's a fucking asshole or somebody's fucking lying. You bring a fucking sledgehammer to these fucks and you don't tolerate their fucking fascism and you call
Yep.
it what it fucking is. And the majority of people are
The
with
shoe
it.
fits.
They may not understand this at all. Okay. But you can see we're
They
saying,
don't want to.
yeah, well, they
It
don't know.
resembles freedom.
The satanic panic, the people, it conditioned me in the 80s big time. And greetings from Australia. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate having you guys. The country I
Always
have,
good to see you, Oscar.
that's a country I have not been to yet, and I would love to. I have some good friends that are from New Zealand. One when I lived in Saudi Arabia, our closest friends, the husband was from New Zealand, the wife was from Australia, and they had 4 kids. Wonderful kids, excellent family. Had such a damn good time. I can't wait to go visit them one day.
Hell yeah. Moving along. Let me try again. Moving along. This wonderful goddamn list of the week. And this one just really kind of floored me because these fucking things seem to appear every time we get closer to New Year's Eve. And I don't know if they're doing it just to, I don't know, fuck with people's emotions or what. Especially, this is like the time of year that most people go financially broke, as gift season begins,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you have kids.
Yeah. Oh, I know. These fucking frauds. Like, I'm
Now,
so afraid of this shit. I see this shit all the time.
everywhere, every
All of
fucking
it.
where, like magically, this shit is just going to appear in your bank account. And then it's capped off by, you guessed it, praying hands. So is that their subliminal way? And since we've been, obviously ranting about how fucking ridiculous the Christian faith is, that by doing this, they think that they're going to somehow subliminally get people to come to the church. Because they're basically saying, if you do, $1 million is yours. Guess what? It's the biggest fucking charade since, I don't know, President Nixon and Watergate. It's not gonna happen. But
Yeah.
you see so many, and the comments are just, it just kills me how many people go, oh, I hope this is true. Like serious, no laugh, cry faces, nothing like that. But people just legit think that this is going to happen. And they're like, oh, I really hope it does.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
the sovereign system or free nation, whatever nation people, these more people,
Whatever they've morphed into this year.
yeah, these lead paint eaters, they believe that they have $1 billion in the bank. I mean, they have some real fucked up stuff that's hilarious. But the ones who are after me all the time is the Illuminati, and they flat. Do you
The
want to?
Illuminati.
Yeah. You want to have power and riches? They'll ask me something like that. Do you want to join our group? They're like real blunt. One of them tried to call me the other day. He called himself like a big magister or something like that. And he actually,
How?
I didn't answer.
They're just criminals.
It's like, I know what they want is for you to pay all kinds of money and drop your savings 20 grand or something for
And
step
then ghost you.
Yeah. Yeah, just
It's probably any of the world's mobs that are behind that. It's the easiest scam in the world to to pull off because none of the IP addresses are correct and none of the profiles are real. They use other people's photos, symbolism, whatever the fuck. So people, when you see messages like $1 million will be in your bank account by January 1st, guess what? Don't fall for it.
Yeah, be careful. There's so many fucking scam artists in there.
Man, they just prey on people's fucking emotions, psyche. They're hoping that, out of however many thousand people see the post, 50 of them will fall for it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Diago, I think is his name. Hopefully I said that correct. Says what to expect from someone who carries a symbol of death on a cross. I love it.
Well, just take the symbol of death and just turn it upside down.
My goodness. So, as usual, treachery rolls on in epic fashion this year. So now I think it's time to address the white elephant that has happened this week. Basically in everyone's room who is a metalhead. What the fuck happened here? Well, finally today, Jay Weinberg, formerly of Slipcock, I don't know what you want to call him at this point, breaks his silence on getting fired from Slipknot. So what we thought we knew, what was it, a week ago maybe now, is that it was just a parting of ways, but there was no real reasons given.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jay let the cat out of the bag. So could you imagine one day you're the drummer for this major band that plays every major festival, has a festival of their own, plays all over the world. You think you've made it and life is good. And then one day get a phone call saying, well, creatively, we're going to just have to part ways. Click. That was it. That is exactly what Jay said had happened when he got the phone call.
Wow.
Totally out of the blue. Didn't see it coming. Didn't know anything was going to come. It's like really creatively. You're talking about the one drummer, for the most part, that fit that band like a glove and could play and do justice to all of Joey's, parts and whatnot. So it's like he's been the skin basher for the last 10 years. That's a long fucking time. And then all of a sudden just say, sorry, we're moving in a different direction. Have a good one. He said they offered no other explanation beyond that. Other than we wish you well, kid. So what do you take from that, Hoofbeast?
Well, the first thing that I thought about is the first song on the last album. I think it was called Adderall. I think
you're right.
Oh my God, that song fucking sucked. And they put that as the first track on the album. So maybe that's the direction that they're heading in. I'm like, come on, Mick's a good guitarist. I've always loved his riffs. I love Slipknot. Their live shows are fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
So many good songs. And
well, it's
album,
not like Jay didn't go along with it.
Yeah. The last album was kind of like eating popcorn that's had no oil, no butter, like air popped popcorn, no salt, no butter, no seasoning at all. And you're like eating it and it's bland. It doesn't have too much flavor, doesn't have too much kick. It's going to be more than forgettable though, because you're going to remember it because you're like, damn, that fucking popcorn sucked. But it'll still make a turd.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like, Jay is at such a young age that he still has a lot more coming up in his career.
Hell yeah.
So this might have been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, God, the last album is really disappointing. Because
I
the
think it
one,
was very disappointing for anyone that's been a Slipknot fan as long as they have been.
I wonder what Kyler thinks. Because Kyler's a big Slipknot fan. 'Cause, I don't know if he's still with us. Sometimes,
Oh no,
Kyler,
he's with us.
but yeah,
Yeah, we feel the pain on that one. Now this actually brings up an interesting point though. He says, I think it's their managers and bullshit. It doesn't sound like the actual band did this. But you have to keep in mind that the mega inflated head ego known as Corey Taylor from this band, who thinks that he's, hell's gift to this industry, that he snaps his fingers, something happens. I'm telling you, he could have like somehow got rubbed the wrong way, maybe heard some hearsay. Who knows? But I don't think their managers would just get together and go, yeah,
no.
I don't think he fits with you guys anymore. Hello?
I mean,
There's no way. I don't think that was a manager decision.
drummers can really make a difference, and Joey Jordison made a difference. This guy, I don't know. He's good. I don't know if he was. He doesn't sound as good, or as if he had the same kind of voting power or say when they were writing songs. And I don't know that there's more to it. I know there's more to it.
Well, sure. I mean, and there were other people that quit the band in the past too. So, I mean, there's definitely some kind of like dark shadow somewhere.
Didn't they just their second bassist?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he left too. And he had the second least seniority in the band.
Right. Well, you hang around a band for 10 fucking years though. You should have a little say on something.
Hell yeah. Like imagine
10 years?
Imagine if you're ultra metal and then you have Lars Ulrich with his record over the last 30 years, record of shit over the last 30 years, talking to you and explaining how things are going to be done creatively when he's fucking struck the fuck out.
Well, the dumbass has been stuck in pop music for for so long. I really think he is systematically denutting the band, and bringing that essence into what Slipknot does, which is why they're not nearly as respected as once before. People in the industry respect them because, I mean, they're fucking Slipknot.
Yeah.
20 years they're playing. They got their own big festival, Knot Fest. It's become a corporation. Anytime a band becomes a corporation, that's when you see the realness of that creativity go to shit. So we got that one out of the way. But there was another bomb dropped on us. This one threw me for a loop because I was thinking to myself, who in this day and age wants to hear this shit ever again?
Oh no, Nickelback.
These motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, I saw
They
that.
made up, did whatever was necessary, sucked who off, I don't know. Decided to bring old Stappy Pap back into the band. Newly announced Creed tour to crisscross the U.S. like a bad tribal tattoo. So much that Metal Injection had to put that up there. Isn't that a story you would want to bury?
Yeah. Thank you. I mean,
Sick and twisted motherfuckers. They're
yeah.
coming back.
Now they'll make the tours of all the state fairs, or at least they'll be busy through September and October and mid-November for all the state fairs where they play to a couple thousand people in a big coliseum. So they'll get that. But yeah, here we go.
Um,
There's some butt rock.
Let them have it, I guess, because no metal fan is going to go to any of those fucking festivals. It's going to be the jagoffs, the assholes that put them in their respective place back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Terrible. I mean, I literally was like, "Oh my gods, the fucking apocalypse is
Yep.
coming in the form of Creed."
Holding hands with Jesus in the 90s. I still couldn't like Creed, even then, even though I knew they were big Jesus freaks. I could not listen to them even back then.
Oh yeah, fucking Scott Stapp, Mr. Mega drunk, gave all his money away, ended up destitute, living in his own car. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go support that. No. Sorry. And they suck. Big time.
Well, what somebody would say would be, well, have you made as much money as they did? Have any of your albums gone platinum?
But they haven't been relevant in 25 years. I want to say 20,
about
at least 20.
Yeah, at least 20 to 25. Yeah, 20 to 25.
Which is funny because I have always said that the drummer of that band has such great metal chops as far as drumming is concerned. Man, he could have went and played for a real metal band, but it's like, what the fuck, man? Nobody wants to see this tired shit. Moving on. So this got kind of weird. I decided to put it up there because I never thought a metal band, mind you, would encourage the crowd in the pit to do this. So, a metal band known as Frozen Soul encourages fans to play Magic the Gathering while in the pit of their recent show. So, what we are seeing here, nothing against Magic the Gathering and all that stuff, whatever. If that's your thing, I salute you. But we literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people sitting in the middle of a pit during a concert playing Magic the Gathering. Was this kind of a publicity stunt, or did they really want them to do this? What would be possibly invigorating about looking out to your crowd and seeing them all sitting down on the ground, trying to figure out who's got the bigger card?
I am shocked by this because I saw Frozen Soul. I hung out with the band before the show, and then I hung out with them after the show, especially with the lead vocalist. He's a really cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I never caught any wind of this. This is a big surprise. And there's a fucking pit. Frozen Soul, if you guys don't know who Frozen Soul is, their last album was really good. The newer one, it's good, but it's not as good as the last. They are like the reincarnation of Bolt Thrower. Like, they're really good. They even went out and got a female bassist that is about as ugly as, I think her name was Dawn French, or no, Joe French, maybe, I think was the bassist for Bolt Thrower. And
Gotcha.
So they got this really ugly bass player, and she's got a really cool, I don't know where the hell she found that thing, but she's got an Ironbird BC Rich bass, which goes right along with the other guy in the band that plays an Ironbird. and they're down tuned to be standard for everything, and they sound really, really good. I can't believe they're playing fucking games at a metal show. If I would be disappointed if somebody was sitting down and playing games during one of our shows.
Well, it's one thing if you're at an Amon Amarth, show and they're doing the song "Put Your Back into the Oar," and everyone sits down and pretends like they're all rowing in a fucking Viking ship. That shit is epic. But Magic the Gathering just doesn't have any place at a metal show. Unless you're like super high up and you can barely see what's going on the stage, I guess, and you got to pass the time. Okay, fine. But man, that didn't look like a fucking huge venue or anything. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Paul? Good to have you. Good to see you, brother. For a band that's this good, what is wrong with you?
I'm curious if this happened.
Oh man. And I agree, Kyler. It's for the meme. Absolutely. It should be a meme and it will be memed. I guarantee it. All right. Moving on. So this one kind of threw me for a loop because, as I surf through my feed, all this crazy fucked up stuff shows up for some reason. This one had me a little perplexed. It says, if you ever notice your door handle with a rubber band on it, do not touch it.
Oh, I see.
So what the fuck do you think that means? I want to pose this question to everybody out in Black Flame Land too. What the fuck does it mean if there's a rubber band around your door? What kind of insinuations do we have? Let them fly.
What they're insinuating is there's some sort of trigger, and when you allow it to go up, it's going to allow something to blow up. Two would be you had to leave real quick, but your child doesn't have a key to get in, and the door automatically locks. So you put the rubber band there so the kid can get in.
Okay, I suppose I could see that. I don't know. I tried to think of like every sexual thing that I could that would insinuate, and I came up short. I got nothing. Kyler says, there's a furry in the house. I just don't know enough about that. I understand all these like alternative lifestyle folks have different symbols and different things they do to, alert other folks that are like-minded, but that one I do not get. So yeah, I don't know. I like the part about making people think that if they touch the doorknob there, that it's going to blow up.
Yeah, trigger.
So one of the ones that we've had before about a Christmas gift or something like that from one of the big conglomerates that you can buy shit real cheap, and it was the chick with the Yes Daddy hat, ski mask.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's popular because Amazon also has it. So I don't know if they just all like take notes from each other, like, oh, we should carry this or we should offer that. What is so great about this ski mask? Is it funny? Yes.
It doesn't do anything for me, and nor would it or could it do anything for me.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that, I'd roll over and be like, why don't you put on that ski mask while we do it?
Yeah.
But because I know when we first introduced this, that Hoof Beast here said that, he wants to see the rest of the chick, the rest of the model. And me being me, I looked as far as I could and still could not get a full body photo. So instead, we now have this. So every time, Hoof Beast, you need to pick me up, or somebody, I don't know, I'll play it if somebody says something sexual on the show. We'll just play it. We'll use it as
Oh, yeah.
kind of a little gag there, but no pun intended. It's beyond me that this ski mask has become this popular. And I'm not someone that even looks for, pornographic things or whatever. And whenever I ever have in life, never have I seen that as something that, you would want in the bedroom.
Reaper, I love, what's
I
that?
don't get it.
That cat makes an appearance every episode. I love her. What is her name?
Oh, Lily.
Lily. Man, she loves you. She gets there.
And it's totally because I'm not paying her any attention.
Oh.
She sees that my focus is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and I swear she just wants to be on camera. She's like, yes, please show me. Oh, this is great. So Kyler says the rubber band means don't open the door for strangers. Allegedly, robbers use it to hold latch open so they can burst in after you open the lock. I mean, that could be true. I don't know. Maybe you looked it up, Kyler. We appreciate the due diligence there to figure out the cosmic mystery of the rubber band around a door handle. It is beyond me, people. All right. So we are moving along. What else do we have on our wonderful goddamn list this evening? Let's see here. Now, this one I like. This one is definitely for everyone. And, us being horror fans of all different genres, types, decade periods of horror history. This one was really kind of cool. So this is about building your own horror dream team. If you had $100 to spend. Now, mind you, each row has a different dollar amount. So you can go up to 100, but you can't go over 100. So $50, you got Pinhead, Jason, Carrie. Didn't expect to see her there. Michael Myers and Freddy. $40, you can get the lame ass nun, Leatherface. Let's see, Pennywise,
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Hannibal the cannibal, and the alien from Aliens. $30, you can get Chucky, one of the guys from the Lost Boys, Ghostface, Candyman, or Jeepers Creepers. $20, you can get the people from the movie The Strangers, which I love that film. Why they're only $20, I'll never understand. You can get Samara from The Ring. The 4 girls from The Craft are only worth $20. You can get a Gremlin for $20, or you can get Jigsaw from the Saw movies. And then $10, you can get the fucking zombie from Return of the Living Dead, Um, Stephen King's. Damn it, I forget the name of the car.
Oh, damn! I don't
Christine.
remember.
Yep. And then you can get why anybody would want Annabelle. I'll never understand. And you can get the damn Necronomicon for $10. And then the last one there looks like the vampire from Subspecies. So everybody out there in Black Flame Land, and you, Hoof Beast, we'll start with you. What would be your dream team if all you had was $100 to build your team?
Oh boy, I would take Pinhead and the Alien for sure. I would only probably have 3. That's fine with me. Pinhead and the Alien and fucking Vampire.
Good old Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Fuck some shit up.
Absolutely. Let's see. Kyler here says, oh man, Jason, Leatherface, and Chucky. So that's 50. You went over the limit though. You can only spend $100.
So Jason is 50. Leatherface, you're already at 90 yet.
So by the time he got to Chucky, he was $10 over.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. For me, definitely Pinhead. Let's see. I would definitely grab Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, I do like Jeepers Creepers. That was pretty cool.
So that's 80. I would grab the zombie from Return of the Living Dead, and then $10 for the Necronomicon.
Got it.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if anybody else, wants to take a crack at it and let us know what your horror dream team is for $100, let us know. Kyler says, fuck, Jason, Leatherface, and the Strangers. So if you went, that you'd still be $10 over. So keep trying. And then I actually got Hoof Beast a little gift tonight as we were reminiscing about the great Sam Hain on Monday, and somehow we found ourselves going off on a tangent talking about the great She Rides video. Well, I found a little something here. Bam!
That's it. We got to see that thing sway sachet side.
Man, as soon as I can figure out how to do it and not get killed, I will definitely do that. But I just happened to do a random search on Google, and they had images from the video.
Yeah. It's cheesy, but it's so damn good. And it takes me back to when I was 19 years old.
Now, the video itself, somebody did put up on YouTube, so it's still available to see.
Yeah, Danzig, he'll leave Danzig stuff up. He will not tolerate any Sam Hain stuff being up.
Oh no! If you go to the official Danzig channel, that is, the Verotic Danzig official channel, that video is not included.
God, it's such a funny video in a way, but that woman is so sexy. My gosh.
All right, Kyler says, okay, Jason, Leatherface, and the Necronomicon. There you go. There's your $100. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us on yet another adventure here on the goddamn program. And it was a damn good list tonight. I enjoyed it. Definitely appreciate everybody out there in Black Flame Land for tuning in, and Hoof Beast as well for coming back. So I think we're making this more of a twice a month show.
Yeah, I can do that.
So everybody can expect that on the Black Flame Network, and of course here on Reapers Underground. So
Monday.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell them what we got coming up Monday.
Monday, we are going to review the new and fucking amazing Dying Fetus album, as well as the newish, it's only like 2 months old, the new Inquisition album, which is also really, really good. Kind of death doom, death metal album. So both of these are really, really good. I've seen both of these bands. I highly admire both of these bands. And man, to me, I don't know if anybody has a stronger discography than Dying Fetus. I challenge like no dead dud albums at all. Really good. The one before it came out, I think 2016, it's Wrong One to Fuck With. Awesome album. The way it starts out is so fucking good. Excellent album. And then they had Reign Supreme. I think that came out in like 2009. These only put out an album like every 6 or 7 years. They tour like crazy. But come and we're going to be talking about Dying Fetus and one of our other fucking favorites. So both of these guys are so damn good.
Absolutely. So definitely Tracks of the Damned on Monday at 8:00. And if you missed tonight's show, definitely catch it on the replay tomorrow. It has been a blast. And let's see, we got a couple more comments here. Oh, Oscar says, good to see you guys. Thanks for the chat again. And Kyler says, you know how much I love death metal. Yes, we know, sir. Absolutely. So as you are getting ready to continue on your evening, or you're about to lay it down, hopefully sleep in tomorrow, because that's what Sunday is all about. And as you're laying down and you got visions of the Danzig model dancing, shaking her ass in your in your brains, just always remember to stay heavy.